Hello all, this is Dr. Dave Maslach, and in this particular video I want to talk to you about why I'm actually building this writing software, reciprocity.com, and it's really all about improving research as much as I can. So if you don't know me, I'm an associate professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There were so many people that helped me out that I want to pay the favor forward and help you out. So the way that this all started was really a trip from Orlando. I was driving home with my kids. My youngest one was 4 at the time. We just went to Disney World. And I was thinking, sort of this spark of genius came into my head when I was driving home. And I thought, well, why hasn't anybody created this writing software where people can help each other out, and it'll be sort of based on credits. And as you do that, it'd be kind of like a sharing economy model where you would interact with people and get feedback from these other individuals that are on the system, right? So you can think of it as, where you are sharing, quote unquote, sharing your resources that you have, by helping other people out with writing. I've always really struggled with writing. It's always been the most difficult part for me with doing research, with academia in general. In fact, I basically bombed grade 10 English, and I've always struggled with it. It's always been the trickiest part that I've had to deal with. And so it's been the biggest factor of what I've viewed as held me back. And I think it's very similar to you. I've had learning disabilities, or I have learning disabilities, and I thought, that there's probably a lot of people around this world that actually can benefit from something like this. So for me, the biggest factor why I actually started building it was to solve my own problem and to build sort of a set of standard operating procedures and routines and technologies to help us do research better, help me to do research better. But as I started doing this, somebody had told me to put up some YouTube videos, so I started doing that. And I eventually realized over time that many graduate students and many professors and researchers were really, really struggling, and writers too. They were really struggling with this sort of writing component, and it wasn't a unique phenomenon at all, but also really struggling with things like motivation and things like depression that were really important sort of components of our life. And as I started to learn more about the problem, and I started being more open about this stuff with my own experiences and what other people go through, I started to realize that I think everybody would be much better off if we started sharing a little bit more about this kind of stuff. And the more that we share, and the more that we sort of divide and conquer our resources that we have and help other people, not only sharing our stories and how we deal with different things, but as well as having a technology that allows us to do research better, I think the better off we can be. I would actually love at one point, and I'm not sure if anybody would be willing to do this, but to do write a paper almost virtually where everybody can sort of see. We just record it, videotape it, and we kind of build something together. I thought that would be kind of interesting to do. But in general, having people see how things are done, and then as well as having tools that allow you to do things better, I think it's going to benefit science, scientific research, and as well as everybody else's career much, much better. It's not only the careers of the research scientists and the graduate students and stuff that are going to benefit, but as well as writers, and often there's these untapped resources around the world, and we call them sort of citizen science. That's sort of a term. Or when we first introduced Uber, when Uber was first introduced, we didn't think that there was all these little pockets of resources where people are going to drive and have fun with that. But if we had an application where we can access some of these resources that are temporarily available from time to time, and people want to join this, we can actually create the sort of system that does really well in terms of productivity and greatly improves all of our productivity. And it helps us make much better choices by having this sort of structure behind, this infrastructure behind, in order to do research and to write a little bit better, right? So I'm building this software and sort of decision sort of support for everybody to do a lot better. And I think it can greatly impact not only scientists and graduate students and researchers and stuff, but also writers, parents, for example, that of people that want to help out, that want to participate. High school students that want to participate and get involved in science and things. I could definitely see that there's so many people out there that want to do this, grandparents that want to participate and they don't know how. But if we had a system that allows people to sort of participate and sort of get in on doing research and giving feedback, we can greatly advance a lot of science by doing this. And then as I was doing this, I began to realize that there's no infrastructure out there for people to do randomized controlled trials on people to sort of get access to, how they actually behave in the real world and work in the real world. And this in the science or in the software community is well accepted. It's called A/B testing. It's used every day. Google, Facebook, all the tech companies are doing hundreds of thousands of randomized controlled trials on individuals. So I thought it would be really cool to actually allow researchers to get access to this pool where people are sort of working on a daily basis to get work done, and open that sort of back end component of it to other people. So if there's people that are wanting to do research on this, give me a shout. You can look me up, and hopefully we can do some cool experiments and stuff. If you want to do that, where you get access to it, you just have to do ethics approval and things like that. But anyways, for this writing software, it's really meant to help us do better collectively, and I'll keep investing in it. I'll keep dedicating time into it because I think it's a really important project. And as we build this out and as this gets better, hopefully it becomes like a thing, like Wikipedia. That's my end goal, is to sort of create a thing that everybody recognizes, and that they're like, hey, that was pretty cool. And that's my goal with this. I'm going to continue doing it, using as many hodgepodge resources as I can. If you want to participate and help out, give me a shout. If you can program, that would be awesome. I can't pay you at this moment, but if you can program, that would be awesome. You could be part of something that's cool that I think is going to change the world. Definitely contact me. If you want to write blog posts and stuff to get the word out, it's really tough to get the word out. And so if you want to help out with that, please, by all means. This is a community effort. Even though that I'm kind of organized or orchestrating it, I don't view it as like, it's me. I view it, this is definitely a community effort. And so the more you get the word out, the more you spread it, the more that we can actually disclose and help other people out, the better off it's going to be. I'm going to continue to invest in it and make it better, as much as I can. And let's just keep working on it. So with that, that's all I wanted to say. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I do appreciate it. And do spread the word. Let other people know at your universities or in your community about this project. I would greatly appreciate it. It's awesome that you could do this. So with that, take care and have a wonderful day.